So you decide to start a business. And if I had to guess, you're probably sitting there right now with about 1,000 questions running through your head. What do I actually do first? What comes after that? How do I know if I'm even on the right track? When I work with clients who are just starting out, this is the conversation we have. Because here's what I've learned after years of consulting. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence or work ethic. They fail because they don't have a clear roadmap for those critical first 90 days. So today I'm giving you the same framework I use with my clients, a complete action plan for your first 3 months. This is the roadmap that actually gets your business off the ground. Let me be honest with you about what these first 90 days are really about. They're not about perfection, they're about momentum. I see this all the time. People spend weeks trying to build the perfect website, design the perfect logo, craft this elaborate 50-page business plan, and look, I get it, but that's not what moves the needle. Your job in the first 90 days is simple. Take consistent action every single day. The goal is to get your first customer, make a transaction, and prove your model works. Everything else is noise. All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. I'm walking you through 3 phases. Each one builds on the last. Let's start with your first 90 days. I call this the foundation phase. This is where you make it official. No more thinking about starting a business. You're doing it. First thing, register your business if you need to and set up a separate bank account. I know this isn't the most exciting, but keeping business and personal finances separate from day one will save you so much headache down the road. Next, you need a simple business plan. And when I say simple, I mean it. 1 page, define who you're serving, what you're offering, and how you're pricing it. You can expand on this later as you learn more. But right now, 1 page gets you moving. Then get specific about your niche. The clearer you are about who you serve and what problem you're solving, the easier every decision becomes. This is the foundational work that pays off for years. Now let's talk about days 31 through 60, the build phase. This is where you create what you're actually going to sell. And here's what I tell every client. Build the minimal value version, not the final product, not the polished, perfect version, the one that gets you a paying customer today. Because the reality is you learn more from actually operating your business than you ever will from planning it. Every success, every failure, every piece of feedback, that's what refines your offering. You also need a basic website or landing page, something clean and professional that explains what you do and how someone can work with you. Tools like Canva, Wix, and Squarespace, they make this simple. Don't overthink it. And create a launch checklist. This is critical. Write down everything you need to actually launch. It keeps you focused and prevents that just one more thing spiral that kills momentum. Days 61 through 90, this is what I call the launch and learn phase. This is what most people get wrong. They think the launch is a single day. It's not. It's a process. You announce your business, you tell your story, you open for business. That's the launch. But the real work happens in what comes next. Now you need your first customer. Start with your network. Reach out to people you already know. Offer your service to a handful of people, maybe at a discount, in exchange for honest feedback and a testimonial. Those first customers are invaluable. They're not just revenue, they're learning opportunities. And then analyze everything. Listen to their feedback like your business depends on it, because it does. Your business grows based on what you learn in these early conversations. Now let me save you some pain here by pointing out the mistakes I see constantly. First, waiting for everything to be perfect. You're never going to feel completely ready. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. So launch before you feel ready. That's the only way forward. Second mistake, not talking to actual customers. Your assumptions about what people want, they're probably wrong. Get out there and have real conversations. Ask questions. Listen more than you talk. Don't just build in isolation and hope people show up. Third, spending too much too fast. I've seen people invest in fancy offices, expensive software, huge marketing budgets right out the gate. Stay lean and focused. You can upgrade all of that later when you're actually making money. The first 90 days set the trajectory for everything that comes after. This framework removes the guesswork. It gives you a clear path from idea to your first paying customer. When I work with clients who are just starting out, this is where we start every time. So I want to know, what's your biggest goal for the next 90 days? leave it in the comments. Now, if you're thinking I need help actually implementing this 90-day plan for my specific ventures, that's what I do in my business strategy intensive session. We'll audit your portfolio, prioritize what's worth your time, and build a custom roadmap you can execute independently. Visit artistdesjardins.com and we'll figure out what makes sense for your situation. If this framework was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.